calling all sweethearts out there. Today I am doing my first Decorate With Me 2026 video, and it is for Valentine's Day. I brought out all the hearts and all the pretty reds and pinks and whites, did a few DIYs, and so you're going to be able to see all that. And it's very feminine and very lacy and pretty, and I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thank you for watching.
I did go ahead and decorate my chandelier for Valentine's Day this year too. I wanted to give you guys a peek at that. It turned out really good. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, but I had Hobby Lobby garland and I just strung it along. And I purchased this beautiful tablecloth from Amazon. Isn't it gorgeous? And I'm going to do a lot of layering for my tablescape this year for Valentine's Day. So I am going to add on the runner, the matching runner that goes with the tablecloth, which was also from Amazon. And just absolutely gorgeous. It blew my mind, the quality of this tablecloth when I got it. And because I'm going to be doing pink, white, and red, I'm going to be adding this cheesecloth runner that I picked up from Amazon, just to add in that touch of pink. And I did do DIY on this table arrangement. Here you're seeing it now. This was just a little tiny clip that I could add to show you that it was a DIY. Now I want to add a little touch of gold, so I have these chargers from Amazon and I'm going to add those onto the table. And now that I have my gold chargers down, I want to add a little bit more elegance and some lace. I'm going to add the paper doilies on top of the gold chargers. And I'm doing, like I said, a lot of layering for my tablescape, and I'm going to add on my napkins because what I'm going to be putting on top of it, it just makes everything blend together. I'm trying to pull out the red from the red roses in the tablecloth by adding the napkins. And I found these really cute heart-shaped bowls from Amazon, and they were just adorable, so I had to pick them up. I thought they were perfect for what I wanted to do on my tablescape. And I have these little tiny hearts from last year. I used them in a different way last year, but this year I'm going to use them right in the middle of the hearts for the tablescape. I had these glasses from last year, and I think they're just perfect for this tablescape with the bows on them, the pink. They go so perfectly. These gold spoons, I actually wrapped the bottom of the gold spoons are black, so I wanted them to look pink, so I just wrapped ribbon around the base. And now we get to add in all the pretty extra touches that make the table come together. I'm trying to set a romantic table, so I thought chocolates would be perfect. I'm trying to think of all the things you would expect to have if you were, say, going out for dinner and you were bringing your partner and having a romantic dinner. So it's kind of going to be like that kind of table setting. And of course I have to add in love sign because it's all about the love, guys. So now the table is totally complete, and I'm going to light my candle and enjoy. How beautiful did this turn out, guys? For my chair, I wanted to add in a little special touch this time, something different. I've never done this before, but I draped one of my old runners over top of my chair, and I ended up putting a bow and some lace trim, some ribbon, and I created this little tiny piece for the back of the chair, and it looks so pretty. It brought everything together so nicely. Now I'm going to head over to the basket. I always have this basket. I kind of change out the baskets with the seasons, but now it's a lighter basket. So this time of year, I'm going to decorate it for Valentine's Day. I'm going to add a few pillows, and I love the little tiny teacup. I love you a latte. It's so adorable. Okay, we are on to decorating onto another table surface. This is my table that I have behind, well, it's kind of off to the side of my kitchen table. And I did a DIY, as you're going to see here. Just a recap of what I did for the DIY to create this teddy bear basket. It was a thrifted basket, so I just want you to know that. So it was in kind of rough shape, but I spruced it up a little bit and made it to what I want, and just added a lot of love and care to this basket and created the look I wanted to create. And it turned out so pretty. I absolutely love it. Now I'm on to another surface which is close to the table. I'm going to be adding my DIY X and O that I made. I'm so proud of myself for doing this. It was a little time consuming. I stuck with it because I had a vision, guys. I wanted to create the X and O. You're going to see a quick DIY recap here from my last video, and I'm just going to give you a rough idea what I did to create this. But I'm so happy I went and stuck with it and got it done, because I was really wanting the X and O. I just pictured it there. And so that fact that I got to create it myself was just an extra special thing. here it is all done. So it's going to be placed on my freezer. That's where it ended up, and you'll see that at the end of the video. But now I'm moving on to my shelf that's above my counter, and I'm just going to place a few items up here just to give it that extra special Valentine's touch. But look at this cute little cutting board I found from the Dollar Tree. I love saying Sweethearts Cafe. So cute. I'm going to place that now. And I did make the envelopes too, the string of envelopes. I wanted to create something different for under the counter. I wasn't sure what to put there, but I thought that looks so cute there. And I'm just going to create a little tea set here. Because it is Sweethearts Cafe after all. Bringing in some more elegance and beauty, I want to place them over. And I just like layering too. I think the more you layer, the nicer things look. I think just adding a few extra little touches and I'm going to be done here on this back counter. This will be the final touch, and I think everything turned out so beautiful. And now I'm going to add just a couple napkins to this holder. And I have this board, this little cutting board I made last year. I'm just going to add that in too, just for an extra little touch. And I didn't know what else to put here, so I think this looks good. Okay, so I'm always trying to figure out what to put in this one corner. This corner of my kitchen is always a hard one for me, but this time I just kept it very simple. I just put a little tiny like tea towel over top of a charger, and I added this love sign. And I tried the tea towel hack, guys, for the first time. I think it turned out pretty good. I struggled with it a little bit, but once I got the hang of it, it turned out pretty good, I think. So moving on to my island, I already have placed my cheesecloth on the island to give that pink that I'm looking for, because I'm still continuing rotating with pinks and reds and whites. I'm going to make this a very elegant look for my island, and I'm just going to add in a few dishes. I ended up buying the roses you see there. They actually light up, and I ended up purchasing them from the Dollar Tree. They were very inexpensive, and I just added some pieces that I already had. All these things you see here are just items I've already had, and I'm just adding them into my tray. I'm just going to add in this little tiny heart. I know it's very tiny, but to me it's all the little touches that make a difference. And I wanted to add in something very high on the end of the island. So I used my apothecary jar and filled it with conversation hearts and another extra vase to hold the flowers, and just added a simple lace bow on top. In this container, I'm just going to add in some hearts for candy for the kids. They love having all these kind of treats laying around for Valentine's Day, especially my daughter. My daughter is always bugging me. When I was filling up the conversation heart, she was at them already a couple times. So I always end up buying extra because I always have to refill these items. Now I needed something for the opposite side of the island, so I used my cutting board and I wanted to create something else. Once again, another crafty item that I was doing. I ended up putting lace onto the cutting board, and I had the X's and O's from a little Dollar Tree puzzle, and I ended up taking them away from that and gluing them down the center and putting a simple bow. And because I'm not done yet. I have to add more. I cut up a doily because the chairs, I have to say, are in pretty bad shape. So I'm trying to cover those up right now and add a little bit more elegance with some lace. So I just cut up a doily and drape the pieces over top of the chairs. And wanting to add more lace and more pretty things, I'm adding in a couple teacups to the place setting. And now I'm going to show you how everything looks lit up with the roses on, the candles lit. It's so nice to see all this. It just brings me so much joy. I love it. And because I loved the way the kitchen chair looked, what I did with that, I wanted to create a similar look hanging over the edge of my island with the cheesecloth. So I stuck a dollar store bow and some more lace and ribbon and one tiny leaf inside and a rose. And I added some pearls just for some more elegance. I don't know if you're going to see that right now, but I did copy it on both sides. And when you walk into the kitchen, you can see it right away. And because love is in the air, we are still going to continue with our love theme here going. And I'm going to decorate the bench, bringing all the pretty things in, adding in a few pillows, and I'm going to add in a totally cute bear. She is so adorable. I love this bear. I got her last year and I had to put her on the bench this year again. I made a little tiny storybook, You and Me, Meant to Be. Because my kitchen clock is such a big focal point in the room and it's above that bench, I always like to decorate it now. Since I've discovered that I can decorate the clock and put all kinds of florals on it, I try to do that every time now if I can and change it up and come up with some different ideas. But this turned out very sweet. So now we have the kitchen reveal, and I'm going to show you everything done, the whole room put together, and how sweet it turned out. I am in love with this, guys. I love Valentine's Day. I love the colors. I love my pinks, and adding that red touch with it just brings in so much cuteness. I don't know. You'll have to let me know if you like it. My last video is on the screen. Hit my picture to subscribe and see you next time. Toodaloo.